Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, good timing, Hydron. Good work. It's like as soon as I finished my little ba-ba-ba, he was like, gotcha. Behold, and welcome to the stream. Oh, the mic is way over here. I might have like, listen, I get very excited when I turn on I hit the stream button. I'm like, go, like internet post. And I often forget to do like one of the prep things. I like don't post that I'm streaming, or I like don't move the mic. My camera's autofocusing. It's like, where are you? Anyway, welcome. Today we're gonna stream without sound. It's not probably going to be a big difference for a lot of you. I usually have my sound pretty quiet. Not without sound, I mean without background music. There's sound right now, so there will be sound. There will not be background music. I was watching Tiger Stripe, who is another Warframe partner, mostly a streamer. He does have a YouTube channel. And he's really, really cool. I met him at TennoCon. He's a really nice guy. And I'm on a stream sometimes. I host a stream sometimes on Twitch. And he didn't have music on, and I like didn't notice for a couple minutes, and I kind of liked that. So we're gonna try. If you like it or don't like it, tell me. I'm still not gonna do it this stream, but to give me feedback. I'm intending to talk about that part at the beginning, so people who watch it as a stream account on YouTube will tell me. So tell me in the comments what you think about that. I might ignore your suggestions, but I probably won't. So so tell me what you think. Oh, everyone is here. Welcome. Darkun, hello. Salmon, hello. Oh, such the people. Such the people. Oh, Oni, hello. Ajit, hello. Wow, there is a lot of people. There always is a lot of people. Killer Chicken, hello. Eagles Ridge, hello. Eagles Ridge, it's been a little while, my dude. Hi. Oh, Drasan, okay. Let's see what we can do. Drasan says, do you think you could find some use for Rift Strike? For those who do not know, Rift Strike, okay, yeah, okay. The game is like, you have two mods. Okay. Rift Strike is an augment for the Twin Basalt that causes you to teleport to when you do a charge attack. You teleport to your target. Which is cool. It's not that good because 25 meters is not very far. So Drasan, the biggest problem is that it's not that far. If you could go any distance with this, I think there would be times when it would be like insane. Like in like big maps, like I'm thinking like Huracan, you could be like, oh, there's an infested way over there, and just be like, boom, and like get there. That could be cool. I don't think it's that good. I have used this mod a little bit for, I think the most obvious use for it, that people used to use it a lot for, is you use it with Nyx while using Assimilate, and it gives you a way to move around more quickly when you're in your Absorb. But one of my patrons, Free William, who was on the Wukong video with me, he pointed out that a much easier way to move quickly with Nyx in Assimilate, oh, some asshole outside, is by using your operator form. You can void dash around and then end it, and Assimilate is still up, and then you're just like a hamster ball of death. And that is good. That is a lot better than Rift Strike. Twin Basalt is only a middling melee weapon, like not an amazing melee weapon. Not bad, but not amazing. So so for that, I don't think it's that good. Drasound, I'm not giving up, but that is mostly why I don't think it's that good. If it could go further, then it could be good. The ability to teleport is not bad, obviously, but it's not quite good enough on its own. And even if it were on a better melee weapon, that's not really the problem, because even then you're losing so much damage by putting it on, you know? Anyway. Chris Nick, hello. Spacefart, you look more of a movie than a game guy. Interesting. I feel like that's a compliment, but unfortunately I'm not a movie guy. But that's interesting, Spacefart. I've never been told that before. Daft Cupcake, hello. Jeremy Wilson, no? About the music, you mean? Or Rift Strike. Salmon, we might do credit farming today. We'll see. We're probably just going to hang out a little bit today. I expect a lot of questions about new changes and stuff. But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Greater C. So when we do the Utubs, I usually do not have You mean? Ha ha ha, my own voice. I usually don't have like a good ability to post things again right away. Usually my updates are a little bit slower, but live with on YouTube. And I usually watch my stream on, I have a bunch of YouTube accounts, and I usually watch my stream on another account to make sure it's going okay, and then I push it live. YouTube has an interesting feature, mostly good, but it kind of, you know, that basically it will like try to preserve continuity by, if there's like little hiccups in quality, it will sort of like glaze over it, or like try to glaze over it. Sometimes it works, but other times it causes a large delay, and I like to make sure that's not happening before I tell people the stream is up. So that. And talk about anything. Okay, not anything. Anyway, yeah, so feel free to just unleash your questions today. You don't gotta hold back. Let's tell the world, shall we? There we go. All right, let's get back to chat. Is water wet? Serious questions. Water is not wet. Let's watch go to the community section of my YouTube, and I posted a video where somebody explains why water is not wet. Very, very, very well. Good explanation. Anyway, Drasound, I hope that's somewhat helpful. But unfortunately, for the moment, that's all I've got. I just think that Warframes have such, like, the one drawback of the fact that Warframes have so much movement power in this type of game, is that you can't make something as simple as a teleport. Like, a teleport would be so powerful in so many other kinds of games, but in a game like Warframe, where you are so powerful, it's difficult to make it good. It has to be, like, really insane for it to be worth using, you know? Think of how Loki and Ashe can straight up teleport, and yet that's really not a big deal, you know? Like, it's not bad, but when you think about their kits, it's like, it's not, you know... that's, if they lost that ability, it wouldn't like matter that much. Like, think about that. Like, they would lose a teleport and it's not a big deal. Like, this is that kind of game, you know? So one thing, I'm getting back to comments in a sec, but one thing we're testing this stream is, like, I wanted to get back to the stubba a little bit. As some of you know, I really like the stubba. Little stubba. I love the little stubba. I really like it. It just feels good to use. I like the sound. I like how it chugga-chugga-chuggas. But it's only okay. It's not like a crazy good pistol. So we're going to try and see if we can find a better build. So at the moment, I'm attempting a MAME build. The stubba has a good status and a good amount of, not great status, but good status. And a good amount of slash. Not crazy slash, but a good amount of slash. So I tried using MAME to bias more toward, like, more slash. Oh, janky. Okay. And I'm using Viral, and, you know, dual stat, one build to rule them all, but just with MAME as the last mod. And we'll see how it is. I've tested this against, like, heavier enemies, and it's not bad, but it's not, like, amazing. So we'll play with it a little bit. Maybe we'll go testing room, and I do a lot of streams in the testing room. Maybe that's bad, but anyway, we'll go take a look at it real quick. Because I really like this weapon, and I want to use it more, just because it's fun. But, yeah. This might be one of the first weapons where I feel like I want a Riven. Like, so it's, like, really good, and I can feel comfortable, like, using it a ton. Anyway. Any advice for building Twin Roga for Nova aside from 100% status? Leonardo, I had previously recommended Nova, which you might know. I have a feeling maybe you know that, and are asking, like, what I would build it for now. I actually might not use the Twin Roga on Nova anymore. I might go for a weapon that is more aggressively not good when it's not on Nova. Because Twin Roga is now broadly a good weapon, and the way to play to its strengths is now to build it for status, which is not that good with Nova's antimatter drop. However, I think that the Brack might be the heir to that throne. We'll talk about that this video too. That's actually a good idea. Your audio is really low. It's not. It's not super loud, but at the moment it is where it should be. So unfortunately, I can't turn it up for you. I would have to ask you to turn up your your volume. If you mean my in-game volume, I do normally keep that low, but actually, you make a good point about that. I don't really need to do that this stream, so let's turn it up and see how that is. If that's what you meant, I just turned it up. Let's see how it is. Behold, can we get some budget Volt fashion? I actually think Volt is one of the most difficult frames to do budget fashion for. I'll try, but I have tried, and it's really hard. Volt's default skin has some issues from an aesthetic perspective. The color areas mostly. Behold, let's see. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Zez, hello. Madkins, hello. Mokofi, hello. Water's not wet. No Twitch stream. The Meringue Men, I always stream only on YouTube on Tuesdays and only on Twitch on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So that is my schedule. And we're always here on Tuesdays on YouTube, and I'll see you on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday on Twitch. Have you witnessed the Zandified Vacuum Prime? Oh, baby. The bamboozling. Oh, boy, I see a super chat. I see a super chat. Hold on. And catch up. Oh, dude. Hello, my best streamer. Ugh, I prefer standing while playing, too. Cool. I have not met very many people that do the standing desk thing. One of the, I think Dan Green, I might have the wrong name, but there's a fairly popular YouTube content creator who does, they have a standing desk and they have a treadmill on the ground. So they like walk while, doing their work on the computer, which is a super good thing too. I'm actually like a tiny bit underweight, so getting more exercise is not bad, but it's not going to help. I really need to eat some ice cream is what I need to do. Every time I go to my doctor, whoever it is like, you're a little light. And I'm like, I can't, I eat crap all the time. I'm trying, please. My tiny body. My body's so small. 2:40 in the morning in India. Well, hello from the other side of the globe, my dude. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's always fun to see people from like a way different time zone and know that I sometimes can like see those people. I got to do longer streams, my dude, so that I can catch you during your time a little bit more often. Like if I do 12-hour streams, I've talked about that before. You do 12-hour streams, then you can kind of catch everyone like during their time at some point during the stream. All right, so let's get a little aggressive. Let's do level 100 targets and test this out. It's bad. All right, let's try corrosive. That's because that was not good. That was not good. That's not all right. The main build has been disqualified. No main build. Jolts will be the that mod. And now we need something else. Probably not fire rate. I'll catch up in chat. If you have an idea for what the last mod should be here, feel free to fire away. I'm still thinking about it a little bit. Let's see what we got. Salmon Vaulted Relics, maybe. We need a skateboard in the game, to be honest. That would actually be cool. That would actually be pretty cool. Give this man Patreon perks for like 3 years. Salmon, it's in a different currency. It's not in US dollars. Yeah, folks, no one cares how much super chats are. It's not a big deal. Any little bit of support helps a lot. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Speaking of that, they are YouTube is adding a feature that is like a little bit similar to subscribing on Twitch, I think. I think it's going to be called sponsoring a creator. It's currently in beta for bigger channels. Excuse me. But that's exciting. That could mean very good things for streaming on YouTube because it would allow the same type of monetary sustainability. There are a lot of reasons why streaming on YouTube is a little tricky monetarily, but I don't need to impose that on you because it might be fixed very soon. So I'll keep you posted about that. That could be really cool. Joshua, hello. Oh. Be safe. Another Wild Zandy stream has arrived. Rhodes, this is a bit weird. So this is it's a chrysanthemum tea thing. Oh, it's backwards, of course. Okay. It's more, it tastes like a good amount like iced tea, like black iced tea. This one is a little overly sweet for my taste. I think most people think it's about average. But it's not juice. It's like chrysanthemum tea. Again, it tastes mostly like iced tea. It's a little bit sweet, but the brain is the body's biggest eater, and the brain can only consume glucose, so you need lots of sugar to keep your brain at maximum velocity. Ice cream is best food. It's true. Joshua Walker, I'm glad you're here. First time watching? Yeah, boy. I appreciate it. Eat ice cream. Yeah, that's actually not that's not a bad idea. We do have some ice cream. I bought some coconut lime, like popsicles, and it's like all coconut milk and then lime, and it's like pretty good. They're actually pretty good. They're creamy. They have a good consistency. I know this is a bit weird. I'm actually gonna try Gunslinger. I think it's gonna be too much, but let's take a look. Cause, oh well, let's just try it while this goes by. We need corrosive more often. I think that's the problem. What's up with all the spice today? I think we need more corrosive. I don't usually recommend doing this, but I'm going to try biasing more toward corrosive. I thought standing for long periods was proved to also be bad for your health, just like being sedentary. Yes. So Orlando, both are not good for you. But the best thing to do is to even out like how long you are doing each one. So for example, I am at home. Haha, Salmon agreeing with my pathogen rounds. Yeah, boy. I work from home. Even the other work I do is from home. So I normally would sit all day, which is not good for you. So by standing up when I stream, see, this is much better. There we go. That's much better. Very nice. How about on these guys? Respectable against level 100s. Okay. Not bad. Let's turn him down to 80 and see how it does. I am mostly sitting, so by standing for little periods of the day, like when I stream or when I make videos, I balance out how much I sit and stand, so I'm not sitting or standing too much. Standing a lot is not really better for you than sitting a lot, but you want them to be even. The goal is to make them even out. Not bad, like half a magazine on that one. Okay. Yeah, that's serviceable. So probably this build. This is probably the best. You just need more corrosive. More of the status effects you get need to be corrosive. That's interesting. I've tried this like biasing more toward one element. A fairly large amount across a number of weapons, and it's not good that often, but like a weapon it's good on, another example of a weapon it's good on is the HEMA. If you saw my HEMA from the Chroma build video, I do that a little bit on this weapon. So friggin' these mods. Malignant Force High Voltage, yes, but then Stormbringer to make it be more corrosive, because you want a lot more corrosive procs than you want viral procs. If you take off the Stormbringer, see, suddenly it's really even. You don't want an even amount, you want way more corrosive. So ends up being better, and this weapon doesn't have crit either. Like, not really, it's not good enough crit. It got buffed, but it's still not good enough. So you're not like gonna build anything else anyway, you know. And then Guide to Ordnance for more headshots. I've talked about that before, and you know, speed trigger because it doesn't use ammo anymore, which is awesome. Let's look at the Ogress a little bit. Actually, they changed some stuff about the Ogress. I need to rebuild it. This is what I had before. Definitely not speed trigger anymore. Let's talk about that for a second. Let me scroll down. Arcades, hello. I'm missing a bunch of comments. Let me hear it. How did you do the high jump without looking up? Ed's Games, if you look down as far as you possibly can before bullet jumping, then you jump up instead. Let me demonstrate that a little bit clearlier. So simply looking down, see I'm looking down right now, but I jump forward. I'm looking down, but I jump forward.
You
because,
best head for the hills.
I'm on
oh baby,
fire.
Captain Catbutt, thanks for thanks for the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate the cross-platform support. If you simply looking down is not enough because you'll bullet jump forward still. You have to be looking completely down. See how I'm gonna pan the mouse down, see how it eventually stops and I can't pan it down anymore? When it's like that, you'll bullet jump up. And as you can see, even if it's extremely low, but not all the way down, you'll still bullet jump forward, you see? So you push it as far down as you possibly can, just like flick your mouse straight down, and you'll go up, which is helpful. The best reason to do this is that you'll be looking down already, so you can shoot enemies below you. Otherwise, looking up to like go where you intend to go is good. I would bullet jump. I don't do this very consistently, but you should bullet jump down while looking down when you want to shoot enemies below you or like when you're surrounded, and bullet jump up when you want to like get to somewhere that is up. That's what I recommend. But they're both helpful. Jory, hydraulic crosshairs is not a bad idea, but the weapon needs more corrosive. It needed a better way to deal with armor. Hydraulic cross is not bad on the Stubba. It's not really bad on any weapon that is crit scaling, but I needed more. It wasn't digging through armor enough. It's got fairly low base status, so it needed more of the few statuses it got comparative to its fire rate and stuff to be corrosive procs. Bigger channels, you have it actually. Really, Greater C? I have not seen it. If it is there, it may be placeholder. So don't use it until I investigate it. If you want to start in changes, what's your opinion on Tiberian and Zephyrchan? Tiberian, I really do not feel that rifles, like single-fire rifles, are good in this game at all, like ever. Really, like the Sybaris, like they're just outclassed by burst fire weapons. The Sybaris is like the good Tiberian, in my opinion. But it's not bad. The buffs are good. It has the stats that would be good. I just don't think that attack pattern is very powerful. And it's much better to either use a sniper rifle or a burst fire weapon. But that's just my opinion. I don't like that kind of weapon too, so full disclosure. But it's not bad. The buffs are good. Is the weapon good? Eh. That's how I feel. Zephyrchan is good. She needs more changes, but it's a lot better. I don't know, Greater C. I'm a pretty medium channel. Alessandro, hello. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm catching up on comments. Anemic agility is better than gunslinger. Not always. David Song, it's usually better, but not always. Rhodes, it's not that you're on a delay. I just, like, literally, it takes me a long time to get through all the comments because you're all very active when we stream on YouTube, which is great. Savayo, hello. Welcome. Do you know what else is unhealthy? That massive chicken dinner last night. Yeah, boy. Last night I won my first game of PUBG, and it was sweet. It was awesome with Brink and my friend Steven. Brink, it was so good. Is Dual Viper a bad pistol? The normal one is. Twin Viper's Wraith is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's very ammo inefficient, so definitely use something else that is very ammo efficient as your primary. But it's all right. The damage is kind of fine. Make sure you build it for dual status, even though it is rapid fire. Here, let's show that. We don't really need to talk about the ogres that badly. I wanted to look at it. Twin Viper's Wraith. I don't think I have enough forma in this yet, but it doesn't really matter. I do have enough forma, sort of, but I need dual stat mods. So you should build this weapon. Let's look at the base stats really quick. So you should basically build this weapon the exact same way you should build Viper Wraith. So I'm just going to show you the build there. But as you can see, it's got 9% status. That looks bad, but it's got 25 fire rate, which is really good. You should build for status and crit. Even 9% might look low, but what matters is the status output. And because of the fire rate, the status output is really high. So the build you should use is this. Stinging Truth obviously doesn't work on Twin Viper, so just use whatever utility mod you want, but you want Pistol, Pestilence, and Jolt, Barrel Diffusion, Lethal Torrent, Pistol, blah, 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 blah. The basic build for everything. The one build to rule them all. That is what you want. And it will be okay. It's really good at killing nullifiers. It's not that good at killing anything else, but it's not bad. So, anyway, let me catch up I really need to catch up in comments. Let's go. Can we have an 8-hour stream sometime? Yes. I have that planned. This is a busy time of year for me, but I will probably be kind of out of the woods next week, so maybe really soon. Yes, I'm going to get back to doing longer streams on occasion. It's not a good thing to do too regularly, but more than once a month, like a couple a month. There's no reason I can't do that. It's fun to do, too. Where do you get guided ordnance? Whenever you're wondering where a mod drops, just look it up in the wiki. Type in guided ordnance Warframe, and the wiki will show you what it drops off of. I don't know off the top of my head. How's the core tech after the changes? Good. I have a whole video on it that you should totally check out. It's good. It's still not great, but it's okay. What Syandana is on your Hydroid? It's called the Rapala Syandana. The Rapala. It is Tenogen. It is glorious. I believe this to be one of the best pieces of Tenogen. It's just so elegant and pretty. It's just a little bit glossy too, which is really nice. Do you think the previous Zephyr frameworks are still viable? They are. They're totally unchanged. You can still do everything you could before. It's a more rework, which is great. Avosk, hello. What's poppin', y'all? Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Can I ask your opinion on I Love You and how that influences your Warframe gameplay? What? Shadow Shy, help me help you. What do you want? What do you mean? How people saying I love you influences my Warframe gameplay? That's a complicated question, my dude. Hawk, hello, welcome to the stream. Meichi, hello, welcome. What's your opinion about the new update? It's really good, mostly. Overall, it's pretty good. Khan, a burst fire weapon, not a burst damage weapon. Do you think there are any use cases for Augur Pact? Yes. I'm gonna have to start writing down questions because that is a good question. There are uses for Augur Pact. There are not a lot, but there are not a ton. What's the best sniper for Eidolons in your opinion? If possible, can you show your build? Have you looked at Mag's Changed Augment yet? Let's talk about that first. Mag's Changed Augment is really good. Where's my... You get a little preview of what I've been working on with the Mag framework. We still get the long cut and the Orthos Prime. That stuff has not changed. What you build on Mag has changed. This augment is awesome. It's so good. It just like turn off guns in a large area with your Polarize. Polarize is like kind of a bad ability overall. People will say, but it reduces armor, but it doesn't reduce a meaningful amount of armor. And it's not the shield killer it used to be, but it's pretty good at doing this. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'll wait. Just fix your gun. No, it's fine. Oh, you're back. Nope. Okay, the Worm Prime part was not intentional, but that was amazing comedic timing. Good job, Worm. You always got my back. Oh, such the good sous chef. Anyway, yeah, it's really good. It is, I feel it's core on Mag. I don't think that Mag has good enough crowd control without it. It's really good. And it's so strong. It's so good. That's what I have to say. Why can I carry data mass while holding 2 Kratos, but now when I'm only holding 1 Kratos? Yes. DE. We need a fix. This is literally unplayable. Best sniper for Eidolons. There isn't really a best. A lot of people just use the one they have a Riven for, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Volcar Wraith is good. I was using that last night. I have been using the Buzzlock. I know it's not a sniper rifle, but a lot. And that illustrates pretty well the general build you're going for. So you want Stormbringer and Hellfire. You almost always want dual status elements in this game, unlike everything, but the Eidolon can't take status procs, so whatever. It has alloy armor, so you get the biggest bonus from radiation or cold. Cold is also a good damage bonus if you only have 1 spot, but we have space for radiation, so just do that. Get your multi-shot in there. Get your vigilante armaments, your split chamber. Get your critical stats. Buzzlock gives itself flat crit chance, so you don't need point strike. It's a DPS loss to run point strike, but Vital Sense is good, and obviously point strike and Vital Sense is going to be on most sniper rifles. Serration, and then point strike is going to swap out with heavy caliber for most sniper rifles. So for example, if you were going to use, again, a lot of my sniper rifles are not built for this because I usually use the Buzzlock for it, but I'll try to show you it on one of my guns. It's just the Forma might not be like good for it. This is my totally unrelated Vectis Prime build. we might be able to do it, sure, with this form of spread. So Serration, heavy caliber, hellfire, and Stormbringer. Then we need point strike and vital sense. And now there are kind of a couple ways you could go with the Vectis Prime specifically. So personally, I am going to recommend using depleted reload and charged chamber. Because this makes it so every single shot gets a 40% outgoing damage multiplier. Again, this is not like 40% more like Serration. It's for like everything that happens, your crit and your elemental damage on top of your multi-shot, whatever, all of that gets a 40% damage increase every shot because your magazine is only this big. This lets you literally shoot like just forever, and that is ridiculously strong. It's so strong. And notice how, because of the pattern of the recoil, every single shot I just fired hit the exact same place. Look at that. That was full auto. I didn't even look. I wasn't even clicking. I just used a rapid click macro to fire as fast as you could, and they all hit the exact same place. This weapon is like mental strong when used as like a DPS weapon, because you can just unload like that. And it's super, super, super powerful. Let's take a look. Look at that. Practically not even a new hole for every shot. Crazy. So that's what I recommend you use, something like that. If you don't use the Vectis Prime, you should still basically use this build. Just swap off depleted reload and charge chamber and replace them with vigilante armaments and whatever quality of life mod you want. You could also, I don't know if this is more damage, I kind of doubt it is, but it might be. You could do not Hellfire and Stormbringer, but just Prime Cryo rounds and vigilante armaments. And that might be more damage on the Vectis Prime. On other weapons it won't be, because you'll get diminishing returns from the open slot. Like the additional mod slot you save will not be, you won't gain anything good from it. So that build is better, but that. Okay. Is there a way to get over 200 multi-shot and primaries without a Riven? No. Good question, but no. Okay, so Augur Pact, we'll talk about Augur Pact in a sec. What's your favorite fashion frame based on fashion? What's your favorite frame based on fashion? I really don't have favorites. In fact, for fashion, I don't even have the beginning. I don't even have favorites. I just like all of them. Hey, I'm new here. What do you think? Oh, no, you're not new here. You're here also. What are your thoughts on Ember's 4? It's not that big of a nerf. People are complaining a lot about it being a huge nerf, but it's not. It's not a big deal. People are overreacting. Oh God, that's experimental fashion. Let's look at that a little bit. So I've said this before, but this is my Ember build from before the changes. So I didn't change this to suit the changes better. It's got Firequake. It's got a bit of range, but not max range at all. Let's try out surviving with this build, and just like totally random weapons. I'm not even gonna make it like more fair for myself. Totally random weapons. So we're gonna go in. Boop. We still get hit just fine. From how far away? Wait, what? Okay, I'm sorry. My worm keeps throwing them off. Worm is going in timeout. My dude, you're ruining the testing. You have been. Oh, I will disassemble you. Worm, you. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? That can still happen, because Ember is still really squishy. Nothing about that has changed. Alright. Let's get serious. So from this range, they won't get stunned. This range, they will. So just with Stretch and Cunning Drift, you can still CC enemies from this far away. So now we're at 50%, so now it's getting smaller. So we'll just recast them. Still good, enemies are still crowd controlled, and I can shoot them at my leisure. Obviously, this build's not going to be good for killing anything but the bombards, because it has the wrong damage bonuses, but that's fine. It's getting a little low, so I'll just recast them. I can get in close and crowd control them more if I want more layers of survivability. And yes, if you get sustained fire, like you stand still like I just did, you're going to die. But that's true of basically all weapons. That's not really, and for Warframes. So that's not really a problem with Ember. Literally all you have to do is recast the ability like every 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those were like half seconds because I'm bad at counting. And then you recast it. And you're good to go. Actual 1, actual 2, actual 3, actual 4, actual 5, actual 6, actual 7, actual 8, actual 9, actual 10. And then you just recast. It's not a big deal. People are totally overreacting about the nerf. People are just looking at the number and not playing it. And if you actually play Ember the way you played Ember before, you will be pleasantly surprised that you can in fact play the exact same way and still survive. She's still got survivability problems. She had them before and she still has them now, but it's really not that hard to just refresh it every so often. Is the Valentine's color palette in the game? Yes, as of today, I believe. Tiberian fires a 3-round burst. You might be thinking of Grinlock. I might be. Zen, do you need a moderator? No. Do you still remember me? Yes, Q2Sai. Very well. I'm a suitable mod. No. Whenever I try to have somebody moderate things, they always get my opinions or the thing I would say like wrong a little bit. I'm really nitpicky about like how I want to deal with my community, and at the moment, no one gets that to a degree that I would trust them to do it for me. And that's not a bad statement about any of you. It's a statement about how picky I am about it. And I can mostly handle it. If somebody joins the stream and tries to ruin it, I will just handle it myself. Totally fine. Magic Maniac, hello. Elle, if you're looking for a Chroma build, I have a really, really good video on Chroma that you'll probably like. Search on my channel for Chroma, and there's a whole video on that. I have a full video on almost every frame now. Regular Vectis is a one-shot magazine base, so you could use that and get more damage per shot. That might require a full video, but the gains you get from Vectis Prime are worth it, and because of diminishing returns with mods, it's not more damage. I recalled that when I did the math, it was not more damage, but I have not tried recently, so maybe I will try recently. Maybe we could do that right now. Can we? How much is it to build a normal Vectis? Or does that one promo code still work? Because we could get that. We should test that. That's actually a really good question. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, and I have tested that like in the past, but it was a while ago, so I would definitely be down. Again, the thing, Nox, the thing that is different about my channel though is like, it's complicated. I really can't explain quickly like why my channel, the way I've built my channel, is less likely to need the same kind of moderation, but it's not the same as other channels. Channels are not created equal at all. The kind of content you make and the way you run your channel can really heavily influence like how much moderation you need. Is Vectis Prime in the Tenor Lab? I bet it is. Oh, it's not. Okay, how nice. That's pretty reasonable. Okay, so we'll check if the code still works. The Ember nerf is indeed a nerf. There are buffs to her 1 and her 3, and they're fine. But the buff to her 4 that it gets more damage when it gets smaller is not relevant. That more damage is not enough to kill enemies that you care about killing. It is a nerf. They just gave it an according, buff, so it is doing something while it gets weaker. And that's good design, but it doesn't make her stronger. That damage will still fall off around the same time. Anyway, Worm Stun is ridiculous. I love my Worm so much. You all know I love Worm Prime so much. Anyway. Yeah, again, the Ember nerf does not hurt her in later levels. It actually hurts her more in early levels where you can't keep her auto-kill on, like, as much. At later levels, you still have the same radius of crowd control, and the no damage doesn't do anything, but you can just recast it over and over again. There you go. Please use Sybaris Prime or Pendato. I could do that. We could do that. How should I build Equinox? There are lots of Equinox builds. So many questions today. I always just clarify something really quick. I do really appreciate all the questions. Like, don't feel bad just because there's a lot. It's totally fine. Like, that's why I'm here. Like, that's what we're doing. It's fun. I just want to make sure I keep up so you don't feel neglected. That's all. Let's go to Sybaris Prime. What do you want to see on Sybaris Prime? It's a really simple weapon. So tell me what I can show you on it. Here's the build that I use. Convulsion is not exactly better, but getting a little bit more corrosive it's like a flex pick. This weapon has enough status, in my opinion, so like you don't like need to get 2 dual stat mods. So like you could do this, or you could do 2 90%. I don't know if I'd do that, but you could. Or you could do 2 60%. Just play with it. I actually found that this spread is fairly good on a lot of weapons, but your results may vary. Hydraulic crosshair is really good on this weapon because its burst is pretty accurate. So the other 2 bullets in your burst from 1 trigger pull will benefit from hydraulic crosshairs, which is really cool. Whew. Magic Maniac, hello, welcome. Alessandro, I do have a video on an Equinox build if you would like a general use Equinox build that will like survive and is good. Again, if you're ever asking like, I need to build for this, I need to build for this, like search on my channel first, because I have a video for almost all of them, and I won't be able to give you a fully satisfying, detailed build explanation. You know, I could flash you it, but you won't know what I'm doing with it. So search my channel first, but I can still give you like a quick answer. Zandy, have you made an updated Ashe build? There's no need to update Ashe builds. They didn't change anything about how his mechanics work in a way that changes how you build him. They just made him better. It's just a buff. They did not do anything that would require a new build. My build for Ashe is still the build in my framework, and I still think that is the best build for Ashe overall for unknown amount. You know, you don't know what you're going to be doing. I think that's the best build. That's what I recommend. Would you still build for duration Chroma since Vex Armor is now recastable? Yes. I still think that the only thing worth doing on Chroma is guaranteeing that Vex Armor is up, and duration, as well as like that little brief respite package, is still the best way to do that. So I still recommend doing that. It's not as important as before, and you could do like an efficiency build instead where you recast really often for very low energy, but I do not think that the gains from that are as good, and the chance for a failure, like missing refreshing it, is much higher. So I don't think it's that valuable. Is Chroma damage a lot reduced with the new update? Is it still useful for Eidolon hunting? Yes, it is still very good for Eidolon hunting. Basta Bay, I actually streamed yesterday and used Chroma to hunt Eidolon. So if you would like to just see, instead of just like trusting my word for it, I do actually have an entire stream archive, which I'll link you right now, that is what I just said. If you want to see whether it's still good or not or whatever, then you can just decide for yourself. But if you want my word, yes. They did make it lower, but it's still basically the biggest damage buff in the game of that kind. So it is still really good. Rhino is much closer to being like as good as Chroma at that. So I would kind of recommend bringing both, or like 2 Chromas, or like Chroma Rhino or whatever. That's what we did most of the time. Yeah. In a squad where your teammates are useful, it is better now because it's AoE. Chaos Saber, I agree. But like alone, it's not quite as good because the damage is less, but it's still a lot. I really suggest you play it for yourself. That's the best thing I can say. Warframe mission, would you recommend for Riven solo interception mission with Hoveled Key equipped? Oh, if it doesn't have to be any level, just the lowest level one. Prime example, Dr. Disrespect would need way more moderation even at the same channel size for obvious reasons. Yes, I made a Pixels. That is a great explanation. I really appreciate that. That is exactly what I'm talking about. And although I am not personally a fan of that content creator, it's not anything that he did wrong exactly. It's just that the way his channel is made is like just more insightful. Like it is more designed to like, he's trying to get people upset sometimes, you know? So like, of course it's going to need more moderation. Anyway, and if I make a channel that attracts discussion, where people are really cutthroat about like, if you say an opinion that's just like obnoxious and tongue-in-cheek and not in good faith, if the entire community just like rips you a new one for doing that, then it moderates itself. And that has happened many times in my community. So there's a much longer explanation, but we won't go into it now. Yeah, Salmonella, exactly. I really appreciate all of you talking about it like that. It makes me feel good. I mean, I know my community is good at moderating itself, but it's nice to hear other people say it too. Is Saren Toxic Lash Redeemer build worth it? It's good. I still think that weapons with larger reach are better. You should check out my framework on Saren, where I did Castle War with Toxic Lash, and it's really, really powerful. I still kind of think that reach is better, but anyway. Have you bought any heart decorations yet? Yes, I bought 25 yesterday, I think, and I might buy more. All right, we're still going. Just want to see how well it does and have what other people think about it. Sure. Can you only stream on one platform at a time? So Matthias, the deal with that is that you'd
best head for the hills.
Speaking of other platforms, on fire. Cran Thump, thank you for this follow on Twitch. I really appreciate the cross-platform support, my dude. Not this build though. So the deal with that is I'm an affiliate on Twitch. I'm partnered, like, partially is kind of what that means. I can and do make money off subs, and I can have one emote. I cannot show ads on command, but I can get bits cheered at me. And when you are at least an affiliate or a partner on Twitch, they require that you do not stream simultaneously to another platform. So I do it only on Twitch and then only on YouTube. YouTube has no such rule, but I actually kind of like having it be only on one platform too. They're very different. Like, the dynamic of streaming on YouTube or Twitch is really, really different. So I actually really enjoy having it be on, like, each platform. Oh. I have bad aim. This weapon is quite precise. That was totally my fault. Delicious. Ash clones are really strong, I have to admit. Oh my god, it's so good. His Blade Storm is so insane now that you don't have to do it. Like, it's so gross. Like, I was good before, but, like, man, like, what an insane DPS increase. Like, now that you can, like, shoot the enemies while they're getting Blade Storm, like, it's mental. You can viral proc them while they're getting bleeded by Blade Storm. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We should show that a little bit. I didn't hit him in the head, so he took 2 shots. Oh god. Panic. No. No. What are you doing? Get out of there. Anyway, Sybaris Prime, it's really good. It's a really nice weapon. Very good. If you're looking for a good burst fire pistol, it's really good. Do you think Atlas is good for farming squads? Nah, not overly. Not bad. Not overly so. Ooh, Crispy Waffle, you have sent me a gift. Oh, a Forma bundle. Oh, my heart. Oh, Crispy Waffle, your Forma bundle will go to good use as I make a build that I wanted to make last stream. We're considering starting last stream. I kind of want to make a Daikyu build. I hope that doesn't sound like wicked boring to a lot of people. I think this weapon is cool. Like, I want to make it good. Let's play around with it a little bit. Let's play around with it a little bit. So let me talk about why it's good once I catch up. I was looking for the Corinth on your channel and saw nothing. Got any thoughts on it? Timothy, I just don't like it that much personally. It's a very good weapon, and I recommend you one build to rule them all it. But I just don't like it that much. I don't know why. It just, like, doesn't feel that good to me. And everyone likes it, so I didn't want to say anything bad about it. Like, I know I just dislike it because of my personal taste. I don't know why. I've seen a lot of other people's videos on it and seen a lot of other people use it, including Joey Zero, who really likes it. And it seems like I think I can be confident recommending you do one build to rule them all and then Hunter Munitions as the last mod. Its crits are pretty strong. If you don't have Primed Ravage, I don't know. I don't know how good it's going to be. Good question. What's your opinion on Riven transmuters? They are They're really bad. I can't believe they exist. I've mostly just laughed about them, but I'll be serious for a second. They're like insultingly bad. Like you should never ever transmute 4 Rivens into 1 Riven. It's just absurd. You really shouldn't do that. It's very bad. I really wish that they had been. Brozyme said this, and I totally agree. I really wish that they had been, like you use them and then. I don't know if we're gonna do dual stats on this, but let's give it a try. Actually, I care. Hold on, I care more about seeing the critical consistency first. Actually, let's do this. 50%. It's a coin flip whether you get the crit. Well, it's 2 to 3 coin flips, but still. They should have made an item that lets you lock in a stat. I don't know why they won't do that. Let people build to Rivens like that are actually good and make it more reliable. Mike Craggs, there are lots of ways to get my glyph. You should search on my channel for glyph, and you will see my video that's really short that describes all the many ways to get my glyph. Burst fire. More in FPS games than in third-person shooter games. Interesting. Nox, why? That's really interesting. I've never heard anyone say something like that before. That's cool. Oh, I hear an I-10 star. I love the sound of this bow, among other things. I transmuted 4 junk Rivens and got a Skoliak. Like, but see, the problem is that now there's always going to be stories about people getting stuff like that, but that's not going to happen to you. Like, if you average audience member transmute your 4 Rivens, you're just going to get crap again. Like, you're much better off just selling them as junk Rivens to people who want to transmute them, and then buying a relatively good Riven, or a veiled Riven, and then you also don't consume your transmuter. Like, you don't need an item for that. I don't know. They really missed an opportunity to give us something much better, I think. The Riven system just pisses me off a little bit. Let's be honest. Whoa! Did they change it back? They changed this tile back. Oh no, only a little bit. Why are they changing it? It's so strange. Well, they changed it even more! Wow. So if you haven't noticed, this tile has been altered a little bit. They added this part. This wasn't here before. And then they added this door, which I feel like wasn't here even after they changed it. And there used to be a ramp here, but it seems they took that away. What? Why? I'm so fascinated that they're changing it like that. Anyway, cool. It would make Riven so much cheaper. So not happening. I disagree. It would make Rivens more expensive because it would cause there to be more, like, god Rivens. More Rivens would be good. Yeah, Palabragris, I agree, and that's a good reason to say that they should be free. Again, what you're doing is not good overall, so if it's going to be RNG, they should just let you do it for free. I can't believe it's like an endgame boss drop. Like, that it just irritates me. Today's hotfix changed Hydron again. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Like, why? I find it fascinating. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, like, it's so odd to, like, why? I've never seen them do that. Like, they're like, this tile needs to be different. Like, but why? Like, what? I really want to know. I'm so I feel like the answer to that question is probably so interesting. And I want to know. I gotta ask I'm gonna, like, hit up Taylor on Discord and be like, why are you editing tile sets? Like, is this, like, next level balancing? Like, is that what's happening? It wasn't there before, Mr. Xanders. Yeah, I know, it looks cool, but I just, like, weird. Accessibility for the win. Bless the queens. I know. I know, right? Nice. It's more wheelchair accessible now. Yeah, the stairs here were a bit bad. I don't know why they did that. Oh. Come on, Daikyu, you can do it, please. I believe in you. Or I did believe in you up until now. Make Rivens drop from Eidolons. Maybe. That might be appropriate from the Hydra list, possibly. Are you able to use Atlas's Petrify to focus farm like Equinox? No. Try hard Danny boy. Nah. Like, maybe. I actually don't know if it freezes alert state, but the thing you gotta keep in mind is, like, if abilities like that did, you'd be better off just, like, killing the enemies without anything freezing their alert state, because it's gonna take so long to go through and freeze everyone without them looking at you, you know? Oh boy. Anna's flute practice begins. I guess we are gonna have some music on stream today, folks.
You'd best head for the hills. I'm on fire.
Swarm Intellect, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate the cross-platform support, my dude. I need punch through. Maybe we'll put Shred on this. I can see that. It needs a little bit faster. The draw is, like, not terrible, but it needs a little bit faster. I hope the Venus Eidolons drop different stuff. I doubt they'll be Eidolons. I bet they'll be, like, Corpus crab tanks and stuff, like the one we saw. I bet they'll be, like, Corpus robots. I doubt they'll be Eidolons, because that's not the flavor of the Venus place, as far as I know. Maybe they will be, who knows? But I don't think they will be. I think they'll be, like, a different kind of boss. Not a different kind of boss fight, but, like, the nature of the boss itself will be different. Do I see Spicy? Yeah, boy. I'm the bone of my Warframe. Unknown to life. No known by death. Oh, baby. Have farmed many Hydrons to place many Formas. Use Harrow with the Daikyu. I actually think that's a fairly bad idea. I think the Daikyu is, does not take advantage of Harrow's strengths that well. But I agree that using his chains is a good way to get headshots with it. I think there are better Warframes for that, but I do agree that his one is good with it. Otherwise, I don't think Harrow's abilities are that strong with the Daikyu. Just me personally. Sasuke, I don't entirely disagree with, like, the random stats are what make Rivens balanced, sort of. But the problem with that is then you just have, like, there are Rivens that are not balanced, so then it's just like a have and have not fight. And that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, there's still OP, it's just you can't get the only some people get to have the OP ones. That seems bad to me. If they're gonna be OP sometimes, you might as well let people work toward it. And, like, even if you could lock a stat on a Riven, it would take a very, very long time to, like, grow it into an overpowered Riven. So I think it would be okay. And again, like, it just, overall, it would just be more fair. And it would make Rivens actually meaningful. Like, I would enjoy progressing a Riven if it was like that. Because then, you know, you get on stream and be like, today, I was able to lock in my multi-shot stat. Like, and now I'm going for reload speed. Like, and you could make so many janky weapons. It would be so cool. I really wish they would do that. Maybe they still will. Who knows? Ash rework is so spicy. I agree. Oh, God. Use Harrow for headshots. Use 2 for fire rate and use 4 for crit. 4 is not, the crit is not especially good on Daikyu. It does make it more consistent, but there's no special reason it's good. It's good on basically every weapon. And then the 2, the fire rate is good, but the Daikyu doesn't need that much fire rate, and the healing is bad. One of the big benefits of Harrow's 2 is that you can have guns heal you, but weapons that don't have good, like, instances of damage over a period of time are not good for, like, sustaining your health. With the Daikyu, it's slow enough firing, and, like, you might miss with the shots, that you're kind of going all in, that your one-shot hits or you're gonna die, and it also means you can't top off your health because the damage isn't gradual. So it's not that they don't do anything, but those abilities buff every weapon. They're not particularly to Daikyu. His 1 is particular to Daikyu because the Daikyu needs help landing its shots because it has travel time, and his 1 does help you land shots a lot. I wasn't trying to say that Harrow's other abilities don't do anything to the Daikyu, because they do stuff to every weapon. But there's no special reason, that's what I said, to use the Daikyu with Harrow, besides his 1. That's not bad. I think there are better synergies than that, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Well, man, if we could lock in funky stats on Rivens. Exactly, think of the meme builds. Like, most people would just use it for memes. I don't know. When is Venus Open World coming out anyway? Like this year, but I have no idea when. I do not know when. I wish I was privy to that, although if I was, I'd probably be under NDA and I wouldn't be able to tell you. But, oh, baby. Oof. Oof. Spider Valkyrie. This is Spider Valk. Spider Valk. Yeah, boy. Spider Frame. I saw Riven with 99% fire. Oh my god, that was so funny. That there was that Reddit post where the guy got like 99% negative fire. No, 95% negative reload speed. So it takes like 57 seconds to reload the gun. And you do it in slow-mo, you know? Like, it just slows down the reload animation. It's so funny. What does PC mean? Bun, PC is like the platform I'm on. Like, I'm playing on PC. Warframe is on Xbox, PS4, and PC. So I wanted to clarify that I am playing on PC. What is the stream uptime? About an hour. A little longer than an hour at the moment. Personal computer. That's okay, but anyway. They added another passageway in Hydron. They did. They added some weird stuff to Hydron. It's interesting. I was talking about that before. Like, why? Like, it's interesting, but I just, like, I'm really keen to know, like, what made them want to do that, you know? I thought politically correct. No. Bun, I should try to figure out a different way to write that so people don't think it means politically correct. I feel like on YouTube people Bun, on Twitch, a lot of people do that, so it's never confusing on Twitch, but on YouTube it definitely is, especially because YouTube is so focused on like censorship sometimes. You know, even though I don't think YouTube is actually terrible about censorship, it's bad but not terrible. There's a big discussion about that, you know, so it would be reasonable to assume maybe it means, you know, politically correct. But I don't want to imply that, so I hate the word politically correct. I hate most people who hate the word politically correct are just disrespectful and they don't want people to call them out for it. But I do think that throwing around politically correct is also a very dumb thing to do. People are never in the middle. I don't understand why having a moderate opinion is so elusive. But that's my feel. So yes, I do not want to imply politically correct. That is, you do not have to be politically correct. I don't want you to be an asshole, but you do not have to be politically correct. Being politically correct is stupid, but a lot of the things that people say when they say to be politically correct are not stupid things to care about, but saying you care about them because they're politically correct is not a reason, and that is stupid. In before this video gets demonetized. Come at me, YouTube. Come get me. You know where I live. Well, oh, actually, probably not anymore. Anyway, come get me. Look me up. It's not exactly an inflammatory opinion, so. I made of pixels, maybe, but there's a kind of a complicated problem with that I'll try to explain in a minute. Preach, yeah boy. I'm loving Duality Equinox right now. Guape, tell me more. I wanted to make a Duality Equinox, but it was never very good for me. Oh, Guape, did the okay, you know how they updated Tennospectre AI recently? Guape, are you finding that the AI is better all of a sudden? Is that why it's good? Anyway, tell me more. I want to hear more about that. Exactly. Oh, Greater Sea, that's another good point. Sure. Behold the Vectis Prime, a juicy weapon of destruction. It's true. It's so good. It's very spicy now. Can we just take a second to appreciate the amazing UI changes? Yeah, they're not bad. I wish I could be more excited. Extremists exist because they feel important. Well, there's lots of reasons extremists exist, but they're all bad reasons. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have an extremist. Like, for example, societal structure. I think that society needs to be very drastically reworked. So if you told me I want pure socialism, like no money, like everybody just gets paid a government stipend, I don't think that that's purely a good idea, but I don't think it's a bad idea, and I understand what would make you say that, you know? Like, I don't think that's a dumb opinion, I just don't agree with you. Because at the moment, like, the capitalist system that we have has gone so horribly wrong that I can see why you would want it to be very different, you know? So it's not always bad, but a lot of the time it is. It's just people saying, people don't agree with me, but my opinion still matters. It's like, well, not if it doesn't have any merits, it doesn't. Oh, baby, my headshots are missing! Okay. Hold on. I'm losing. I was keeping up with the comments so well. I like how your streams turn from memes to gender discussion. Always. If Google knows something, then YouTube can too. Exactly. I like Nidus and really want to play him, but I feel like there's nothing for him to do outside of survival. Any ideas what to use him for? Yeah. Mr. Foot, I actually kind of disagree. I know what you mean about, like, his infestation stacks, that, like, there's not... They don't really do anything outside of, like... Oh, but his new augment is something. But you can also just use larva to group enemies up and then shoot them with something. Like people play Spaghetti Nidus, that's what people call it. I think Tactical Potato might have been the first person to use that name, but Spaghetti Nidus, that's a fun build. That's a build. Spicier AI and Spicier Atlas, yeah boy. Duality Equinox is really good with specific weapons like the Tsar, Emprex, and Staticore. I might have to try that. Without extremists, there wouldn't be any moderates, so they are important. Bun, that's a clever argument, but I kind of think it boils down to nitpicking terms. Like, it's all relative, you know? Like, there are extreme moderates and moderate moderates. And if there were no, quote, extremists, then the extreme moderates would become the extremists. Like, if there are different opinions, there will always be extreme and moderate opinions. Anyway, I don't know. Like, I both kind of agree, and that makes me laugh, and I also think that's, like, kind of a non-point. So I have complicated feelings about that, but cheers. I can at least say good one. America quality of life changes. Removed late capitalism. Exactly. A dual queendom with cloning. That's a fascinating idea. Will there be a Drinking for Justice anytime soon? Palabragris, I was actually planning to do that this weekend. Possibly on Saturday. Probably not Thursday, but I'm not sure. Maybe. I was meaning to do that last week, but I was having some stomach trouble, so I didn't want to... You know, like, I'm not going to drink just for content. Like, that's not healthy. Despite how I seem to act about alcohol, I'm a very, very healthy drinker. I won't do it if it doesn't feel good. Like, no go, right? It's fun for you all if it's fun for me, and I'm not going to hurt myself to do a drunk stream. So I was going to do it last week, but I didn't. I still want to. So maybe this weekend, yeah. Maybe we'll do an extra YouTube stream this weekend, too, since we missed one last week. Oh gosh, it's news reporting 1 all over again. No. Max, hello. Global Anarchy, woot. Do you think Gaara is good? Gaara is extremely good. Ninja Assassin Gaara has been good this whole time. She did not just become good. Her wall got nerfed, but her glass, her 2, was still incredibly overpowered and strong. Not overpowered, but very strong. Close to overpowered. And her wall is now basically unbreachable again. I'm making a video about Gaara.
For the hills. I'm on
Oh, baby. Cardinal, thanks to the fall. Welcome to the stream.
Head for the hills.
Oh, baby, more. More of that
fire.
cross-platform support. Thanks to the fall on Twitch, folks. That one guy.
Head for the
Oh,
hills.
baby, more. More.
on
They keep coming. Shredded Savant, thanks to the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate that cross-platform support. If you want to keep the follow train going on Twitch, it's just below this stream. You can check out my Twitch. Draw me a follow. I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and here on Tuesdays. Thank you for the cross-platform support, folks. That warms my heart. Really, it does. Yeah, Ninja Assassin, Gaara has always been good. She's better now. I'm gonna make a video on her, like, tomorrow or Thursday, like, really soon. My next video will be on Gaara. I'm gonna be a little busy because Valentine's Day, but, I have a Gaara video ready that I'm going to finish up and post very soon, and I think you're gonna like it a lot. She's really, really, really strong and has some interesting interactions with some spicy tactics, so I'll show you all that stuff real soon. I hope you enjoy it. Gaara's very solid. She's nice and tanky, and her 4 is super tough, and she has a bunch of utility and infinite scaling damage, and it's just great. I love Gaara. I really wish they'd change her 3, then she would be like my favorite Warframe, perfect Warframe. I'd have a favorite Warframe, there you go. Extremism comes from 2 sides demonizing one another instead of trying to understand. There we go, that's pretty good. Milk Calf, there we go. That's an argument. If we got into a protracted debate, that's something I might have tried to pull out. I like that. Well worded. Well said. Let's just sit back and enjoy the magnificent flute. Yeah. Right? This is my life, folks. Like, I'm streaming and there's just, like, my girlfriend playing the flute. We're going to be working on graduate school applications for her. She's going to try to get into Carnegie Mellon, which if you do not know a lot about the flute, it's like a very difficult school to get into. It's a really, really good school, graduate school for instruments. It's gonna be lit, and by lit I mean like literally on fire. My car's engine will be literally on fire from driving there. Anyway, dat flute though. We gamers outnumber the epic gamer. Yeah, well. Zandy, for fun, have you finished a mission only using Avara Navigator but without Zenistar? I've done it before, but it's a little tedious to me. I really like Navigator, but I think it's more fun with weapons like Zenistar or like the Azuma. It's fun with the Azuma. They should make Gaara Prime. It would stand out well. I do agree that Gaara Prime is going to look cool, but we get the primes in release order, so we're not going to get Gaara Prime for like forever. What sounds better for Ashe, Vectis or Baza? Icarus Reaver, I strongly feel that Baza is better. It being silenced has synergy with his stealth, and having weapons like that do lots of slash. Baza does do a lot of slash, right? Hold on, don't quote me on that. Let's check that. Oh, it's pretty even. No, it's low slash. Oh, I forgot. People use Hunter Munitions on it too much, and I got confused. I still think Baza, build for viral, and then strip the enemy's armor with Seeking Shuriken. Whoa, that's trippy looking. Nova, how did you do that? That was pretty lit, what you just did. Anyway, that's what I recommend. Build it for viral, strip the armor, and shoot them. Your last mod should probably be one build to rule them all. Last mod should probably be hydraulic crosshairs, possibly bladed rounds, maybe bladed rounds. Test both, I would say. You could use Hunter Munitions, but it's a lot worse if you're stripping armor anyway, so I wouldn't do that. Does magazine reduction affect Mesa's channeled weapon? It does not have a magazine, so no. The way it's coded, I believe, is a 2-round burst weapon with no magazine. So, no, it does not affect it. Interesting question, but no. Are you going to do Eidolon hunting? Probably not today. Probably not today. Savio, I haven't heard about that. I don't know. Does anyone have plans for Valentine's Day? So yes, I do. I do have plans for Valentine's Day. My plans for Valentine's Day are, Anna and I are going to go out to eat tonight. It's going to be great. And then tomorrow, we're going to hide. We're going to stay inside. We're going to hide. We're not going to go out. We already bought each other lots of chocolate. And I have some hidden right over there. We hide it all over the house, and then you get to go on like a little scavenger hunt, like looking for the gifts from people, and it's a lot of fun. That's what we do for like Christmas and everything. It's really fun. And we're just gonna hang out and have cuddles and watch stuff, and it's gonna be rad. Instead of being out in the overcrowded, like crappy Valentine's Day that everyone else celebrates. Yeah, that's but no hate if you're doing that. Chroma's crazy with the clone. Whoa, comb on the clone. The clone removes the cone's fall off damage and snipes enemies across the plains. What? Guaupe, that's crazy. I have to try that. That sounds sick. Oh, that sounds cool, my dude. Thank you for telling me about that. That's so cool. That sounds. Oh my god, we have to do it. Maybe we'll do that this stream. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we're doing on time. Our reservation is at like 7-ish, so I gotta go like kind of soon to get ready. But we still have like an hour, a little less than an hour. We'll see what we can do. Gotta buy every beam weapon, Riven. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder what the beam weapon changes will be. Don't you give them ideas? I know. Saving money. Should I buy Tenogen or CSGO? Tenogen. Are you kidding? Is that even a question? I personally have a very heavy bias against CSGO. Mostly against the community, to be fair. Like not really against like anything about the game specifically. I mean I don't like it, but it's not like I think it's bad. I just think the community is really, really mean and bad. And both, like not nice, but like people aren't nice sometimes, but also just like not like there's no point. Like why even talk to those people sometimes? There's so many people that are just like they're only there to like be horrible to people. Like why even be part of that community? I don't even understand how it has a community. Anyway, those are my feels. To put it short, Zara, Sobek, and Comb are the best weapons for duality. That's cool. I have to try that. Sobek, huh? A protracted debate. What about a protractor debate? You can enter from any angle. Ooh! 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 You got me with that one. The best thing is that when I read comments on stream, my brain is like a little bit distracted, you know? So I don't read ahead. You know the way people read ahead when they read things? Like you naturally just look ahead in the sentence. But I can't do that because I'm distracted by streaming, right? So oftentimes, like when people do puns like that, it gets me like pretty well. Whereas before I would have read ahead and it like wouldn't have as much impact. I like that. Could you maybe... I remember when I first watched the stream, there were 5 other people watching, and the discussion we had was about your relationship. Yeah, boy. Salmon, the weird thing about that is, like, that's changed a little bit for me. You know, obviously my life has gone on, and, like, there have been changes in my life. And now I'm still with Anna, of course, but I am kind of focused and involved with, like, a different partner. I mentioned Caitlin a little bit, and she and I have been really, really close as well. And Anna and I have been hanging out a little bit, and it's been really fun. Although Caitlin lives in Mass, so we do not get to see her as much. I don't get to see her as much. Yeah. But I'm happy that she's back, and we're finally getting to, like, spend some time together, because I really missed her. We have been close for a very long time. Anyway, you know, it's like... I don't, I have no need to make the channel about my personal life, but it's not like I'm hiding anything, so if people are interested, I never mind, like, questions about it. As you know, Salmon, but, you know, some of the newer people don't. You were farming Banshee. I was farming Banshee. Oh, Banshee Prime things, right. Hydraulic crosshairs on a rifle. Whoops, argon scope. You guys have heard people saying, "What's up?" Replace him. Baza! And see if people notice. Yeah, just say that, and I bet most people will be like...
head for the hills. I'm on fire.
Jorma Pasca, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate the cross-platform support. Oh, baby. Smelly Dog, thanks for the cross-platform support.
You best
oh, boy, more.
Hills. I'm on
Is it bunching them up? Avosk, thanks for the cross-platform support. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Oh, baby, they're coming. They're coming. Froskin, thank... that might be kind of wrong. Anyway, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate the cross-platform support. I feel like my software is bunching them up. You know what I mean? They're suspiciously all together. I might have to take a look at that. Anyway, I really appreciate it, folks. Very much appreciate that. Yeah, see, it is cute. Have you tested the buffed Aft Jagera? I haven't tested out the buffed Aft Jagera. My plans for Valentine's Day are my surprises get ruined because GG soundproof walls. Oh. Rip. Okay, yo, other players, can you just, like, cover me for a sec while I read chat? Cool. My plans are FaceTiming since my partner is across the world. Well, right on. Life of Rio is the guy who made the comb build with duality. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's one of his builds. I don't watch a lot of Life of Rio's content, but he actually does make, like, when people tell me about his builds, they're often, like, ideas I think are really cool. It's interesting. How, like, you don't necessarily watch the content creators that make the content you like. It, like, for some people it's about the person, for some people it's about the content. I don't know. It's just interesting. Or, like, who gets recommended to you? Like, I never see Life of Rio videos recommended to me. So that's another difference. Which is fascinating. But that's cool. I'll have to check that out. I might go find that on this channel. Oh, baby. Polygamy, that's a little bit different than what I just said. Polygamy is having multiple wives. And polyamory is a social trend with ambiguous details. I will not use those words to identify myself because I do not think they have meaning. Or in polygamy's case, I don't think they have good meaning. But I am with multiple people. There are just very good reasons not to call it that. Yeah, Rio's stuff may not be relevant to the contents of this channel, but he has really creative stuff. Yeah, exactly. Like, he just does totally different content than me, but, like, he still has cool ideas. A big thing about my channel that those of you who are newer here may be catching on to now, but like the older of you know, is I don't, all the traditional advice about like don't talk about other people's channels, don't talk about your personal life, don't talk about like blah. If you don't have anything bad to say, then there's really nothing wrong with doing all that stuff. It's just annoying when like people have nothing but drama in their personal life and they're really immature and their relationship is like terrible, so you have to deal with the drama of it, and their opinions about other people are crude and unrefined and they don't have anything nice to say, so of course you don't want to hear about it. Like, if that stuff isn't true, then it's really nice to hear about. Like, don't you wonder what content creators think about each other? Like I do. Like, and I don't see why we can't talk about that. Like, there's ain't nothing to hide. Anyway, that's and I feel like we have a business too. Like, if you ever want to know like how much money I make or how I make money or whatever, like that stuff is all totally open. I have absolutely no reason to not talk about that. I like talking about that. Don't feel like you gotta hold back about that. I know almost no one likes talking about that, but I do. So that's how we do here. Wimpy Lightning, hello. Wimpy Lightning. Dude, your name is my jam. That's awesome. Rio gets bullied by Loki mains. Like, meme sage. Wimpy Lightning, your name makes me lol. So how does having multiple partners affect them and you? It depends. It depends. It's a little bit complicated because depending on who you are, you may simply naturally not care about like other people being involved, or you might care but it's not a big deal to you, or you really do care but in a positive way, like you really like it. I've had partners that I've been with who are with each other too, so like I was dating two people that were also together. Like that's a different experience, obviously. But mostly I get interested in people who do not care, I guess, or like just don't think it's a huge deal. So it usually it's not much of a thing. It's kind of a non-issue most of the time. What I will say is that currently, so like Caitlin and I are not really long distance. We are long distance, I guess, but we're much more like, you know, go out into the world and have an adventure and then come back months later and like recount your travels and show off all the weird crap that you found while you were exploring, you know? Whereas Anna and I are much more like live together, like, you know, like married couple looking pair of people. It's just very different. Like how Caitlin and I are together and how Anna and I together is very, very different. So it the types of relationships, like what the relationship is there for, they just don't touch that much. If you've seen, this is kind of nerdy, but I'll explain it this way. If you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, the third movie, where, spoiler alert for the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie, if you care. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Eventually, Will is stranded on an island, yeah? And he becomes a Flying Dutchman, and he only gets to see Elizabeth every 10 years. And then they're together for that one 10-year, you know, one night or whatever for every 10 years, and then they part. Caitlin and I's relationship is kind of like that, except not 10 years, obviously, that's terrible. No one would do that on purpose. That's just what we like. I know that sounds really weird, and like, why would you choose to not be around your partner more? But that's what we like. Like, that's honestly what we enjoy. We've kind of always been like that, and then we were like, she actually said, what if we had a relationship like that? And I was like, that's fucking smart. Whereas Anna and I, again, are like more, you know, we live together, and I want to spend like tons of time with Anna, and I miss Anna really soon after if I'm not with her for some reason. Like if she goes to work and I don't see her later, then I'm like, where were you all day? She's a lot like that too, and it's a little bit more like that. But you know, there are things that are common to both. Like I hold hands with Caitlin, I hold hands with Anna. Like that stuff is the same, you know. Anyway. I don't want to bore too many people with that, but that's what's going on. Appreciating multiple people's company and having mutual love and respect. Oh, baby. This is my first Valentine's not being single. Cool. That's pretty much the same as we haven't met in real life. Well, it's still different. I don't know. Like, I mean, I won't put words in your mouth, but I feel like there's still a different dynamic of, like, I'm being reminded that should I want to go on a quest for love, I should go on a quest for love, which like can feel bad sometimes. Whereas you sometimes feel like I found something great in my life. You know, I don't know, it can be different. Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. Yeah, boy. This is probably my 3rd Valentine's Day being single in my life so far. I'm enjoying the break. Interesting. Yeah, it can be, like, a lot of the time if people have just been inundated in dating, like, that's actually how Caitlin was talking about when she suggested that. Like, she had sort of been inundated in normal dating culture and thought it kind of sucked, and she found it really refreshing to not be with it. So, that was something she liked, and she was like, I you know, really like you, but I want to do something that's defined differently, defined by something else, because I don't want to ruin our relationship with toxic monogamy culture. Her words, not mine, but I agree with that term. Whereas Anna and I, again, just like buck whatever norms are there, and then enjoy the parts that we enjoy. The only reason I'm excited for Valentine's is the color pack. Woo! Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I know that's a lot of people's feel. Right on. I'm sure you're not alone. That feel when even your obligatory chocolate got rejected a day before Valentine's. It happens. It happens. The struggle is real. Romance is a battlefield. "6:26 in the morning. Black Note, good morning." Oh, we're lagging a lot. For a sec I was like, what? I shot them with the arrow and they just took, you saw there was a bit of input lag, so they just took 0 damage. Like, the enemy just took absolutely no damage. And I was like, are you kidding? This is gonna be, challenging. Challenging. Clarino pillow. Yeah, I mean, it depends for everyone. Like, there are lots of people that are with multiple people that have similar relationships with those people as well. I just find that it's even more fulfilling if they're all different, because then you get even more different experiences and you get to appreciate each person in their own unique way. Which you of course can if they're all similar. It just like, let's say it this way, it's like playing. The reason Caitlin and I have the weird relationship we have is to play to the strengths of what her and I like about each other, I guess. Even with people you really like, even with people you love, like, there are gonna be things you like more and less about them, you know? So, like, it's good, I think, to have a relationship that is structured to play to the strengths of what you really enjoy about the person, such that you can enjoy those things more. You know, the relationship puts you in the situations that you like about the person the most. And with Caitlin and I, that's just different, you know? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Kind of wish Valentine's Day was how it was in Japan, but the sadness would accumulate. Yeah, that's true. It's true. He needed a sec to realize he was shot. Yeah, I know. He was like, I'm processing. Your mic is off. My mic is not off. Malachi, you have a sound error on your end. My mic is not off. Zandy Plants, your place to get relationship advice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Ninja Cowboy, I agree that could be strange, but, like, mine is not really like that. Like, there's still, like, romantic, sexual, recognizable as normal relationships. They're just not, the life dynamic of living in both relationships is not the same, if that makes sense. That's really the biggest, not the only difference, but the biggest difference. Let's play Atlas a little bit. Atlas with the Daikyu, perfect. It's top tier build. You ready to see this Daikyu? I feel like it's not going to be that good. Let's see that Daikyu build. Ron J. Burvitz, just one build to rule them all. However, I have no idea what the last mod will be. Maybe it will be Shred? I don't know. My dude Jacobs, just help me help you. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. Let me know what I can do better. So just curious on relationship dynamic, what causes the sanctity of each relationship to be fully invested if it's shared with more than one? That's a complicated question, because what defines the sanctity of a relationship is different for different people. I do not I do not feel that physical commitment, for example, is meaningful. I don't think that you should hook up with everyone. That's bad. But as long as you are still particular about who you're with, it's not necessary for that to be specifically exactly one person. I really, really do not like being with people I'm not really close to. So I am... If you live with me, if you live around me, you will get the sense, passively, that I am not interested in very many people. I don't like lots of people. You would think that I would be the kind of person who would have one partner and just, like, be with them, whatever, stereotypically in our culture. Because I don't go on dates with people and hook up. I don't go to parties and hook up with people. I, like, never hook up with people. Unless I'm, you know, invested in them. But I happen to be invested in multiple people, and only those people do I interact, like, physically, sexually with. So that, again, it's not like an arbitrary limiter, because I don't feel that matters. What matters is that it looks like, it feels like, when you're around the person, that saying, like, I am physical with this person, that has meaning. Does that make sense? And by not literally being with multiple people, like, that does have meaning. I hope that makes sense. So that's one thing. And then again, the second thing is, like, they really are different. Like, the relationships focus on the things that we like the most about our different partners. So, like, I focus on Ana a different way than Caitlyn because I like different things about Ana. If you just date two people that you like for this, you want to... It's a really simplified thing. You want to date hot girls that like to play soccer. So you find two hot girls who want to play soccer, and you date both of them. I would argue that in that situation, it's not for me to put words in people's mouth if you're like this, but that you probably just like one of those people more. Because they fulfill the same goal, right? Whereas Caitlyn and Ana, for example, like, I find them physically attractive in very different ways. I find them mentally attractive in very different ways. The way I like living with them is very different. Everything is really different. So it's very easy for me to love Ana as much as I love anyone. And like Caitlyn, love Caitlyn as much as I love anyone. But it's just totally different because the things that I am loving are not the same, like, or not very similar anyway. Not totally different, but mostly pretty dissimilar. That's not really a complete answer to your question, but I hope that at least begins to explain. It's very difficult to describe. It's hard. Not because the subject is inherently difficult, but I think mostly because our culture has kind of, like, confused those things, like I say toxic monogamy culture. We've all been told that the way that you show that you like someone is by being jealous and hostile if they spend time with anyone else. We've all been told that the way that you show you like someone is by not physically, like, you know, being with anybody else. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't say anything about, you know, like, statistically, lots of people cheat on each other in relationships, which would suggest to me that they don't want to have to be physically committed to one person. So why are they? Why don't they just structure it differently so they don't have to be? Because they don't think that will be accepted. I do not want to be with lots of people, but I don't really care about being with only one person. So having my relationship structure set up in such a way that suits me, like that suits the people that you're with, is better. That's the way I would describe it mostly. I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't insult anyone who feels differently about it. I don't mean to, but I hope that makes sense. That's what I can do. I was expecting Warframe, instead I get life. I know, right? I find it easier to be able to trust with some of the traditional monogamy. Okay, that's actually a really good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Matthias, the thing I feel about that is that you never know, you know? Like, you don't know. Like, they're gonna think about other people. Like, they're gonna see somebody in public and be like, that person's attractive. Even if they don't really care, they're still thinking about them. So I would rather have it be that, like, they have no commitment. So they could leave at any time. They could be with someone else at any time, but they don't. And to me, that's much more of a commitment, you know? Whereas, like, if you're in a traditional structured relationship with someone, according to the relationship, they're not allowed to be with someone else. They're not allowed to like someone else. So what if they do? You wouldn't know, you know? Whereas this way, because they have no such commitment, they would only be doing it if they just wanted to. And then if they do, you're like, well, I have no reason to doubt that they do. And I believe that grants a larger deal of security You actually feel much more confident that, because it's just illogical that your partner would still be with you unless they really liked you, because they don't have to. They could just leave. And I find that works very, very well and gives a lot of security. What do you think of the Axomati buffs? That's a weird topic. I kind of think they weren't enough. I think Axomati just needs more something. I don't know. Let's look at it actually. I actually think we should look at that a little bit. I've been meaning to look at it. Axomati's always been a weapon that did like worse than its numbers would suggest to me, and I would actually kind of like to explore that. Remind me after we finish this Hydron. I'll take a break from leveling the Daikyu and we can talk about that. That's actually a good topic. Thank you for suggesting that. Did I join at the wrong time? No, not at all. Welcome. What's up? This is the best time. Yeah, exactly. You need to, everything is person to person. You need to make your own life situation that suits you. You don't get to take it out the easy way and copy the one that our culture gives to you. It's not going to work for you. I mean, it might, but you're very lucky if it does. Let's say that. That's how we sometimes find couples that are happy, the traditional happily married couples. That's almost impossible, but sometimes you meet those people. It's not like it suits no one. I mean, it was made that way for a purpose, right? But it's unlikely. And what you need to do if you want to be happy is find a partner who's willing to construct a relationship structure that suits you, that suits the both of you, and then do that. You don't get to just take the one that's put in front of you. You don't get to take anything that's put in front of you because it's wrong. You're not going to like it. The world is full of bad values. You're not going to be happy if you just take those. Okay, what PC are you using? This is a custom built PC. This is actually my girlfriend's computer. This is my partner Anna's computer. So I actually do not know off the top of my head like a parts list for it, but people ask relatively often. I should probably write that down. I will try to get you a better answer going forward, but at the moment I do not have one. I'm actually gonna wall here for a second, catch up on chat real quick. That seems okay, but it's damn near impossible to find people okay with that. Yes, I had to look very hard to find people that I even liked, let alone people that eventually were so open and trusting with me that I was able to explore a relationship structure we both liked more than the traditional one. It happened very organically. I didn't go out into the world and be like, I want to do this. I will find people that want to do it. I just found people that I really liked, that I had faith in mentally, and we happened upon a structure that worked better for all of us. I would like to say that I came up with it, but I honestly didn't for the most part. Like, it was mostly the combination of me and all my other partners over the past 5 or 6 years or so. Good answer. Basically speaking, if there's a spark between you, invested in discovering it with your partner with consent and honesty. I agree. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're both consenting to like explore something different, I think you should do it. That's basically all I'm trying to say. And I would suggest that you will maybe not be happy as much as you could be if you do not find a partner that is willing to explore a structure that will suit you better. It probably won't look anything like mine. Having more partners is not better. It's not about better. It's not about more. It's just about being with the people that you like, in the way that you like. And you're going to have to find a structure that suits that. Go forth, my children.
For the hills. I'm on fire.
Man of Cheese. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. I really appreciate that cross-platform support. Oh, baby. It's nice to see Anna practicing the flute for so long. She's been getting into it more and more lately. She has been playing for a long time, but I mean has been getting back to practicing. And sometimes she plays for like hours, just like constantly. And I finished streaming and she's still going, and I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. I need to do that. Oh wait, I do that. Does Zephyrus 4 have a cap to the damage it can absorb and deal? Akrialga, I actually have been hearing that that's bugged. I haven't extensively tested it myself, but I was talking to Tiger Stripe, another Warframe partner, this morning, and he was saying that it's maybe not working. So I don't know. I'm not certain that's functioning right now, but it should be. Yeah, Bulbous, it's true also that like having it be what I will say, this is an interesting point. So Bulbous is saying, my current problem, crushing after someone of the same gender, not knowing how to ask, hi, are you gay, without being awkward. The interesting thing for me is that although I've been with lots of people, like I have had good luck relationship-wise, although I wouldn't call it luck, I've been trying really hard. I have had terrible luck pursuing, like, I like guys too, but hell if I've only ever been with one guy. It is so difficult to conduct what I just said in a same-sex relationship because of the culture surrounding them. I don't want to stereotype, I would like to say that it's all the same, but the culture surrounding same-sex relationships is just different. And it can be very hard to be kind of discovering your own thing just by nature of being the same sex. And then also, like, reinventing the relationship structure. It can be tricky, it can be hard. I don't want Axomati to have a prime. Why? I think that would actually be really cool. I would say that the values are bad, but the values don't suit you and what you want. Yeah. I guess, but I also think they're bad. I mean, the fourth solution, that's reasonable. Like, that philosophical point is reasonable. But I also think that there are very few functional values in today's society. I do not just think that they don't suit me. I think they are objectively bad overall, mostly for most people. And they do not happen to suit, you know. That's just what I think, though. I'm scared, Zandy. I don't have my emote. Oh god, no, it's okay. Salmon, you'll be all right. That's the biggest thing that bums me out. I wish YouTube would add the ability to have custom emotes. That would be so cool. I would have so many. Anyway, that would be cool. Can I use Saren? Sure. Why? What do you want me to show? I mean, I'm sure, but like, what do you want me to show? So let's talk about the Axomati a little bit. I think this might be enough form for the Daikyu. Let's find out. Status. Please? I think it is. Where, what? Oh, vital sense, not, okay. Derp. I really don't know. Last mod. I'll think about it for a sec. Let's go testing room. Let's go testing room. Okay. Okay. Let's head back to the testing room. We only got a little bit longer to stream, so I gotta fight. Oh yes. El Kaiozen, I love it, man. Cheating is defined by what you and your partner decide on it is. Like, if you're with other people, that is a problem if you decided it is. If you didn't decide it was, like, then it isn't. Like, I don't think there's any problem with being interested in multiple people, but if you and your partner didn't agree that that's okay, then it is a problem. Like, why didn't you just agree that it was okay if that's what you wanted? Like, or, you know, why did you if, anyway, or the reverse. Obviously more partners isn't good. Imagine all the, yeah, but see, Black Note, it's not like that. That's just a stereotype. Like, if the people are people that it suits you to be with, then that problem won't exist. Which it doesn't for me. Like, I've had so many people say, like, it would be so dramatic and too hard to manage. It's not. Like, I wouldn't be in the relationships. I'm not like seeking out multiple relationships. It's just honestly that's the amount of people I like. So Axomati, let's look at Axomati with the build I just showed. This is one build to rule them all, Axomati. Where the last mod is Prime T to charge. And it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad. The ammo economy is just like terrible, but that's fine. You can just use it on a frame that fixes that. Or with carrier, or with carrier. But let's see if we could, excuse me. Let's see if we can find something better than Prime T to charge. Because I suspect there is something better. What is this polarity? I bet you it's a dash. It's a dash. Listen, I used to be really bad at making builds, and I put dashes on everything, and it's really irritating me now. And there wasn't a good reason to, because, like, when you put a dash in a build, you get your 11 mod, but, like, these mods also cost 11. Like, it's not saving you time. Like, it's not better. I don't know why I didn't do that. You're bisexual. I would say if you insist on having a word, I would say the word that is closest to, like, the sexuality I have would be pansexual. I don't really like that word. I think people throw around all these words too much instead of just saying how they feel. So I'm just going to explain. I'm attracted to people irrelevant of gender. It's not that I like men and women. I just don't. Gender is not part of why I'm attracted to people. It's just, I like people. Aesthetically, sure, there are things I think differently about men and women. Like, I think that men in general are not as good looking as women. I just think, like, objectively, I don't feel it's my taste. I just think that, like, it's a fact that women are better looking than men, like, aesthetically. Like, aesthetics, looking at the shape of the female body is, like, better designed or whatever than, like, the male body. But that's just, like, an aesthetic taste thing. That's obviously probably just my taste. I might make an argument that it's objective, but I have no business doing that. But I find men attractive all the time. I just usually don't have much success with them because dating culture for same-sex relationships, same-gender relationships is very different. Either same-sex, same-gender. So yeah, I like people regardless of gender. I often find like slightly androgynous appearances to be like good looking. There was this girl named identified as a woman named Mercury that I met in college that I really, really liked, and she had this incredible mix of like stereotypically masculine and stereotypically feminine physical traits and like fashion traits, and it was so cool. She was a very, very beautiful person, but also like just, it was really, really interesting. And that totally didn't work, but still, just as an example, you know. Jacobs, listen, I answer your questions all the time and you just keep right on spamming, so I'm gonna ban you. I wish I didn't have to, but you just won't stop. You're just relentless. And I even explain things to you. I don't know what I can do to get you to stop, my dude. I hate banning people, but you're asking for it. You did ask for it, quite directly, actually. Nox, I'll see you later. Thanks for being here for a little bit. Questions, Andy. Is there more to life than Twin Gurkata, or is it just for maximum Daka Daka? No, Twin Gurkata is the only good secondary. High Noon Prime. Like next level human. Interesting. I don't know, Alvin. Like, again, I think it's scary and kind of wrong to like associate it as being like better. But I do think that being open about the topic is better. I'm gonna try Augur Pact. I'll explain why in a sec. Somebody asked about Augur Pact and I never really answered the question. I still remembered, and this is a good opportunity to discuss one of the situations I think Augur Pact is good in. It's much better. It's a lot better. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about why. Actually, let's compare. Because it's not like insanely better, but it is a lot better. I don't have an Axamati Riven. It did get buffed, but it was fairly good before. It didn't have the overall damage output. Like, it wasn't really a problem with the stats, although the status has always been very low on this weapon. The crit's good. It just needs more, you know. Normal Gurkata got significantly better. Please test it. I actually don't have a normal Gurkata. I only have Prisma Gurkata. But normal Gurkata did get a lot better. If you had one and you were a very new player, ooh. Man, you're all asking for it today. Gilbert, listen, we're not doing that right now. I don't care. It doesn't matter. No one, that doesn't suit anyone's taste except your own. Don't ask over and over again. Please stop or I'm just going to kick you out. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand that. So the reason that Augur Pact might be a little bit better here, and again, we'll test them side by side. I got to test against this guy too. Is because it's preventing the damage types. It's less damage overall than Prime T Charge, but it's not that much less damage because we're overstacked on both elemental damage and base damage. So the reason it would be better is because it makes more of your status effects be corrosive than heat. So that was heat. And you saw that. Let's turn off the AI so it doesn't give us like some bad data. Let's pause AI. I just don't understand, like, why. Anyway. Listen, if they want to waste their time making more accounts to spam, we can just keep banning them. It's no big deal. Folks, don't let it upset you. It doesn't bother me. It's just a part of streaming. Don't worry about it. So this is with Augur Pact. Or no, sorry, with Prime P to charge. So again, about half the magazine, a little bit more for the bombard because of the bad damage bonuses. Not as good damage bonuses. Now let's do with Augur Pact. Savio, reporting them won't do anything. Just don't waste your time doing it. It's no big deal. Oh, now with Augur Pact. So if what I said is right, which it may or may not be in practice, because we're not doing math. Remember, it's only a philosophy thing. If what I said is right, without doing any math, this should have a faster time to kill. Let's see. Oh, not on that guy. Okay, so on the gunner it does. Oh, that it might have taken some collateral hits. Anyway, so it's only a little bit faster. So I guess that the base damage increase from Prime T to charge, that just shows you how good it is. Let's now look at overall damage between like the two setups. So this one, I'm gonna just to save mental energy, I'm gonna use a calculator, but it's not that bad. Wow, the hits keep coming, my dude. So this overall damage is, we don't really need a calculator. So it's like 100, 100, 245. So it's like 445 or so. And then with Prime T to charge, it's going to change to, let's just bang out so I don't have all the red numbers confusing me. Like more damage overall, yeah. So like right here we have in the area of 420 and then like a good, 550-ish. And that's not bad. It's definitely a larger amount of damage, but focusing on corrosive procs makes up for it a bit. And as you saw, these two builds have very similar times to kill. So it's not like it's way better, and you can use Augur Pact as a good substitute in that case. To give another example, if you were firing this at a boss, the time to kill is not going to be one magazine, so you might as well use Augur Pact because it will strip more armor, and then the next magazine will do even more damage, theoretically. Practically speaking, at lower levels, this might be better because you get more damage per bullet, and that is no big deal. Listen, it's super easy to just repeatedly time out the accounts, so it's not really a big deal. Like, listen, just stop paying attention to them. They're only doing it because you're giving them attention. It's easy enough for me to just one click and destroy their entire account, so don't worry about it. So theory would suggest that. In practice, a lot of the time there is a much better mod in the place of Augur Pact. So those of you who are familiar with the one build to rule them all thing, let's grab an example. How about Sybaris Prime? We were just talking about that. So again, this is one build to rule them all. I just did a slightly different split to bias more toward corrosive procs here, which is of course focused on hydraulic crosshairs, because you've got good accuracy, so the first shot in the burst will often trigger your hydraulic crosshairs, and then the second two bullets will get it, which is good. And this is definitely better than using Augur Pact because you get more critical consistency. In fact, let's show that. Why don't we test that? Should we test that a bit? The fourth solution, it's complicated, but I'd be happy to explain it toward the end of the stream. 3.5 bursts or so, like barely 4 bursts. Yeah, we gotta stop streaming soon. We won't be able to try Duality Equinox, but Guape, I probably will pretty soon. So don't feel like I'm neglecting it. I am interested in that idea. I just I'm just excited to show this point about like why Augur Pact is not usually as good. So Augur Pact here. The thing is, this weapon has strong crits. Like, and crits are a really good damage scaling mechanic. And overall, you're less overstacked on critical mods than base damage mods. The base damage mod is like pretty heavy and like elemental damage too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So a full 4 that time. So you see that one took like in the area of 33% more bullets, which is a significant difference. Not crazy, but you know, not the end of the world. Folks, seriously, this is pitiful. Just learn to ignore it. Like, for goodness sakes. You're making it harder for me to continue doing the stream because you won't ignore it. And they're not even talking to you. Just ignore the person. So again, that's why, like, a lot of the time, even just using a mod that is still overstacking is better than Augur Pact. But often Augur Pact will be good if you want to focus a specific type of status. And there is one other time that I think it is pretty strong. Let me take a look. Black Note Critical Delay is a really bad mod, so I highly discourage you from using it. You would always want to use first crit mod being Pistol Gambit, second crit mod being Hydraulic Crosshairs, and after that you basically never want a third crit mod. Critical Delay is not good on any weapon in the entire game. Unfortunately, I wish it was. If it had like a huge bonus and then it made the weapon really slow, you could like turn pistols into snipers. That would be cool. But no. I wanted to show on, where is it? Sancti Castanas, yes. So this weapon, if you build this weapon for one build to rule them all, it is a little bit weird because you can do this. This is one build to rule them all, right? And that would be all well and good, but you already have electricity. This weapon already innately has electricity, and it's also got really good. It's got really good status by default. Yeah. So you don't really need Jolt. Like you're really not losing that much status output. So if you just add Augur Pact instead, get kind of overall higher damage, which is not bad. Let's just compare the actual numbers. So 550 corrosive, 590 corrosive. So you get more in this case. You get more damage from running Jolt, which shows you how overstacked Hornet Strike is. But in some cases like this, you will end up with better overall damage with Augur Pact instead if you don't need to make the elemental combo. So that. Just something to consider. That's kind of the best I can do. Augur Pact is kind of a complicated mod. It's something that when I came out, I was like, whoa, that's overpowered, but it's actually kind of not. But why is complicated? What's with all this random armor on my Saren? I must have been fashion experimenting and then I just like forgot. Critical Delay on Twin Gurkhatas can be okay, but it doesn't make it better. It just makes it easier to use. It's not actually better, it just makes it more comfortable. By the way, should I build Stubba? I like it, but it's probably not going to be an upgrade for you. I just really like it. It's not amazing. It's not bad. Yeah. Hey, Zandy, what do you think about the Arca Scisco? It's really good. I kind of don't know who I want to use it on. And the weird thing about the Arca Scisco is the way that you... Let me show. I got to go really soon, but I'll do as much as I can while I'm still here. I was showing this with a non-prime mod build to demonstrate things. I would probably use Hydraulic Crosshairs here. The weird thing about this weapon is that it shines when you fire it as a full auto weapon, but you can't do that. Its trigger type doesn't support that innately, so you have to bind it to your mouse wheel or like a rapid click macro, and then it's like nuts. like ends up being just like ridiculous, like really, really good time to kill, gigantic magazine. Sniper Twinkie, critical delay, whatever. There's a mod that does that on pistols. Just the confusion of terms. Anyway. Let's see. How do you feel about the side grades that Tilos and Prime Boltors are now? It's weird, but I like that Tilos Boltor is broadly available and is good. And it is really good. If you haven't seen Tilos Boltor, it's so spicy. It feels really good to fire, too. I always liked how they felt to fire, but they just weren't good. I don't know why. But... Actually putting... Okay, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, even though I have to go really soon. Let's show some damage. It's a lot of damage. Like, especially against enemies weak to both, like, enemies with light Grineer armor, you have basically all puncture and basically all corrosive, and it does not so damage. Which is great. Let's just scroll down and catch up. Goodbye, everyone. People are leaving. Auger Pact is only slightly worse than Hydraulic Crosshairs mathematically. Yeah, it depends on the weapon's critical stats, but, anyway. I'm just gonna do it for the MR. Yeah, Mario, try firing it. You might like it. It's not bad. It's not great. Matthias, I see your mods are 9 out of 10 ranked. I can help you farm endo and credits. I do not need help doing it. It's not a good use of time. The gain that you get for the amount of time invested is minuscule, absolutely minuscule. I already know all the best ways to farm endo and credits, and I do it sometimes, but it's not better than making videos for you all. Think about if I spent... It would take weeks of farming, like, even every day to max out all these 9 out of 10 Prime mods, and I would gain only 11/11 of effectiveness, and think of all the videos I could have made. I could make a whole year worth of videos in that time. I could make a second channel and pre-make videos to upload for a whole year on that second channel in the time it would, not like every day, but, you know, like one a week or something, in the amount of time it would take me to max out these mods from 9 to 10, and it makes basically no difference. It is a horrible waste of time. Having them all at rank 9 out of 10, perfectly fine, makes literally no difference in any case, as long as your what's it called, mods are maxed, like gold mods. That's kind of important sometimes because it lets you reach certain power strength thresholds and stuff, duration thresholds and stuff, but Prime mods, it does not matter. It's a waste of effort. I appreciate the generosity in helping me farm, but I firmly assert that it does not matter, and I discourage everyone from doing it. Just get them to 9 out of 10, that's perfectly fine. Axamati has been good, but it's better now. It's definitely better now. Ooh, Arca Scisco Riven. Arca Scisco has a lot of good stats it could have. Like, you could get, like, even fire rate could be usable on it, like, reload could be okay, all the normal stats that are good, critical status, multi-shot, damage, multi-shot especially because you get more. Anyway, Arca Scisco is super easy to get like a good Riven for Arca Scisco, which is nice. Y'all know how I feel about Rivens, but still, I mean, it's good. Ain't nothing to do about that. Matthias, I just think it's boring. Like, why? Again, even I could stream it, but like I gain nothing. Like it won't change anything. It just looks nice. Like they'd all be maxed out and that would look nice, but it doesn't actually do anything. Like it doesn't really make a difference. It's not like this game is difficult now. Like getting more power, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, Alvin, I do kind of wish that legendary cores were like more of a thing. Because it would be cool. It'd be a cool part of the game. But go figure. I don't think it's that bad to level stuff up to the level that it's relevant. And again, like they made the system this way so that you can develop your mod collection over time. You know, it's not designed to be that you just max everything out. Like you're supposed to have to still work at it as like a long-term progression system. So I know a lot of people don't care about what I'm about to say. So don't feel like you have to stay for it. I'm just gonna say like branding stuff, and I'll answer questions in the comments if you have anything left. If there's anything you still want to ask, this will be a Another patch? Every time I stream, there's a patch. This happened yesterday, too. And the stream, 2 streams before? Why does this always happen? Anyway. If you're missing a question, ask me in the comments when it becomes a stream archive on YouTube, which it will right away. YouTube it makes it really easy to do that. Thanks for watching. Have a happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to go out to eat in a sec as I, make sure my hair is not messed up. And I'll see you all on Twitch on Thursday. So again, I stream mostly on Twitch Monday, Thursday, Saturday at around this time. And I stream here every Tuesday at around this time. We usually stream for 2 to 4 hours. Sometimes I'll do longer. Drunk stream Thursday, Saturday, maybe. And I may have a sub movie night for Twitch subs, maybe on Sunday. Can't promise yet. I'll announce it loudly if I can. Gotta hotfix the hotfix, exactly. Hotfix 22.12.5 is coming in 3 minutes. Fix changing the colors of facial markings, affecting many of the facial accessories. Oh yes, that was bothering me. Okay, yes, good. I had a really dirty joke here, but I've deleted it because it was actually too far, even for me. I'll let you guys come up with it on your own. Coming in 2 minutes, potential fix for the big issue of terrorless and lures not navigating or behaving properly at all. Upon reading many game design Wikipedia pages, it's clear that having the content work is essential for people to play the game. There you go. Speaking of which, as the rest of it's coming out, which I will read, I'll see you all later. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate the support. I'm going to at least suggest someone else to watch. I can't host people through YouTube, but if you would like to watch more Warframe content, I will direct you to someone, which is totally cool. Let's host KOEG, who's on my Twitch channel, and if you'd like to watch more Warframe content, go. KOEG is another Warframe partner. He's a full-time streamer. He just got partnered a little while ago, and he's really nice. He's fun. I think you'll have a good time. Hotfix is coming in 1 minute. Improve the way planes of Eidolon water hazards treat drops that fall and teleport within to be more... What? Treat drops that fall and teleport within to be more player-friendly? No. Everyone throwing those credits into the old Ostrom wishing well are about to get them back much more conveniently. What? So it won't hurt as much when your wishes aren't granted. I have no idea what that means at all. That, I don't even... How does... I don't even, the English major in me is what does that even mean? I have no idea what that means. Okay, goodbye. I'm bamboozled. I can't do it. I will... it is now clear to us that the key to being successful is to have your product work. I know, right? Damarfu, yes, I am just ending. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments of the stream. Stream archive videos are pretty light on comments. I've noticed you all don't put very many comments in those. So if you want to ask me a question and make sure I see it, I'm good at finding comments on most videos, but it's very, very easy if you do it there, or in my community section, or on Twitter, or on Discord, and all that stuff is also in the description. Goodbye. If you would like to watch somebody else, thank you all so much for a great stream with me. And I'm hosting KOEG on my Twitch, not on my Twitter, but that would be cool. So if you want to go check him out, go there. And I will see you all either next week here on YouTube or Thursday on Twitch, which is also in the description. Goodbye.